Hello and welcome to my kitchen. My name is Sherry and today is National Sweet Tea Day, but it's also Fab 5 Friday. So we're going to be making a sweet tea with lemon cake. But before I get started, if this is your first time here, you love food, fun, and 5-ingredient recipes, hit the subscribe button as well as the notification bell and check below for details on how subscribing helps to feed the hungry. So to keep this to only 5 ingredients, we are going to start this with a box cake mix. So you're going to need a box cake mix. You can use a yellow or a white. I have a yellow here. You're also going to need a box of pudding. Now, if I'm being honest, when I have added pudding to a cake mix before, I've always used the instant box pudding. And I thought I had some. I was out. So my daughter was on her way over earlier, and I said, would you stop and pick me up some? And so she got the cook and serve. So that's what we're putting in here. Now, like I said, I normally use instant, but I'm not sure that it's going to make a difference. So I'm just going to try it, and we're going to see what happens. So a box of pudding. We're going to add 4 eggs. We're going to add let's get this mixed together first. Let's start to whisk this together. So as you know, all of my 5-ingredient recipes, I usually say start with like salt, pepper, and some sort of fat, either butter or oil. So always have those on hand. And then in addition to that, you need your 5 ingredients. So cake mix, pudding mix, we're going to use some tea. We're going to use a little bit of lemon extract, the eggs, and then we need our oil, of course. So 1/3 of a cup of oil we're going to put in here. And then 1 full cup of sweet iced tea. You could probably also use unsweetened, but I'm going to put sweetened in here. I think the sweetened will be better. And I made my own sweet tea, but of course you can just buy a jug of it or, you know, a bottle of Lipton or whatever. All right, so we're going to get this whisked together. And like I've said before, when it comes to a cake mix, I usually don't pull out the mixer. Sometimes I will on a box cake mix, because with box cake mixes, I don't think it matters as much as when you do one, you know, from scratch. But when you do one from scratch and you get out the mixer, a lot of times you take a chance on overbeating it, and then your cake can become a little bit chewy, which is good for cookies, but not necessarily a cake. All right, so we're going to mix this a little bit more. So now that we've got it mixed pretty well, we're going to go ahead and add in 1/2 teaspoon of lemon extract or lemon flavoring. And that is it. So that's our 5 ingredients. I just want to whisk this really good, make sure we don't have any lumps in here. And I think that looks just about perfect. Go ahead and take my whisk out. And then I have my really pretty, I'm so proud of this thing. This is like one of my prized possessions. And you know, I found this at a yard sale. And I got it for like 50 cents, so I absolutely love it. It's not quite as heavy as cast iron, but that's what it reminds me of. So I'm not sure what it's made out of, but I just absolutely love it. I love anything that's shaped like a heart. And if you guys know me very well by now, I'm like hearts, rainbows, sparkle. But I also really like heavy metal music. So I'm a bit of an oddball. So I'm just going to fill up my pan. Now you can do this, you know, with cupcakes. You can do this in a regular bundt pan. You can do this in 2 round cake pans, or even like a, you know, 9x13 pan. You'll just want to adjust the time of your cake, you know, how long you cook it accordingly. So because I'm cooking in this pan, I'm going to go ahead and put this in the oven, 350 degrees for about 50 to 55 minutes. All right, our sweet tea cake is out of the oven, and I didn't quite get it out of the mold perfectly, but that's okay. Once we put a little icing on it, I don't think anybody will notice. And you don't have to serve this with icing. You can just do like a little sprinkle of powdered sugar. You can serve it just the way it is, and it is absolutely wonderful. And as a matter of fact, if I really wanted to go all out, I would actually make a buttercream frosting. And in place of the milk, I would actually use a little bit of sweet tea. And in place of the vanilla, I would use a little bit of lemon extract. But because it is Fab 5 Friday and we kept this to just 5 ingredients, we're kind of cheating by adding the icing. So that's the 6th ingredient. But anyway, we want to keep it simple, right? So I just grabbed some lemon icing that I had in my pantry, and I warmed it up just a little bit. And then I am just going to go ahead and put this right over the top. And I'll tell you a little trick. If you want to warm up your icing to where you can just pour it over the top, because that's not looking real pretty, is it? We might need to pop this in the microwave for just a second. All right, I think that's better. So anyway, what I was saying is the trick to getting like the really pretty, perfect drips on a cake is to freeze the cake first. So that way when you go to put your icing on it, it just kind of locks it in place. It just kind of freezes. But I didn't really have time to do that today. So we are just going to go ahead and put our icing on our cake. And I said I probably maybe put this in the microwave too long. I don't know. Well, that's not the prettiest cake in the world, but you know what else I say? It's not what it looks like, it's what it tastes like. So let's grab a knife. I went ahead and photographed this without the icing, and I think it's much prettier that way, so that's probably the picture I'll use. But we definitely got to give this a taste, right? Super moist. It has just a hint of the tea in there, and then you really have the lemon that comes through. So I think this tastes fabulous. It's really good. It doesn't look that pretty, but it tastes really, really good. So I hope you guys will give that one a try. I'm sure that is probably new for a lot of you, a sweet tea cake, but I promise you it is delicious. So I thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.